The Packers have played their 4 quarters. Now it's time for the 5th quarter.
All right, so as you heard, Murphy did the firing. Murphy will have the final say on the hiring with input from Gutekunst. This structure thing has me nervous, okay? Are the 1980s back in our future where the executive committee and the president made the decisions to hire and fire, and it spiraled downward? Bart Starr was recruited to take over this program after Dan Devine's departure, and that lasted 9 years, a long tenure at that time. And he was fired, and there was an immediate push by some in the executive committee to bring in Forrest Gregg. Others did not want another Packer tie to come in and try and rescue this thing, and that caused a rift at the top of the organization that never healed. And was problematic, and in the midst of labor troubles in the NFL, it led Greg to just bolt back for SMU after 4 years, enter Lindy Infante for 4 years, and it was a revolving door of spiraling downward. And to think that this is going to be a quick fix hire, where the Packers are going to jump right back into Super Bowl contender status next year, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to happen. This team is devoid of impact playmaking talent thanks to the recent drafts, the sidelines approach in free agency, and just the lack of development on some young players, and that falls in the football operations division. Seems to me they fired McCarthy 4 games early and probably reassigned Ted Thompson 3 years too late.
I think everyone is looking at Ted Thompson, in those last 3 drafts, and now looking at it with hindsight and saying maybe we should have bailed on this.
You always say,
earlier.
let's wait 3 years on the draft.
Yeah.
Well, we waited 3 years on this draft, and they got nothing.
Right.
They had we talked about this a couple weeks ago. They got over 30 picks in those drafts, and there's 3 guys on the roster, I think.
And Murphy said, with Gutekunst as your GM, he really likes the draft from this year and believes if they can make the right impact head coach move and another draft from Gutekunst and a free agency cycle, that there is no reason why they can't get back into contention.
I'll give you a reason why. They've got tons of cap money lined up on Rodgers. They've spent money unwisely on Randall Cobb and Nick Perry.
Yeah.
They're not getting anything out of those 2 guys. And then the money they didn't spend to keep guys that would be very valuable in a season where in every season you have injury at wide receiver. Geronimo Allison, Cobb missing all this time. Jordy Nelson's in Oakland. I'm not saying, I was fine with making the move, but now in hindsight, that looks like they really could have used Jordy, and probably Aaron could have on the whole chemistry thing in the passing game, because you're relying on 2 rookies who don't know what they're doing yet. They have talent, yes, but they don't know what they're doing. And in the secondary, they could have kept Micah Hyde, could have kept Casey Hayward. They tried drafting DBs by 2 for those last few years, and none of them have panned out. And now they're playing with Ibrahim Campbell, Tony Brown, Eddie Unpleasant with his drop pick yesterday. These are the guys that are on the field trying to rescue a season?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
But
this is a talent drought that is going to set back the Packers. Not just one rebuilding year with a new head coach and a lot of energy, but we're talking 2, 3, maybe 4 years in a row. And if it doesn't work out, and Rodgers is now 39, you got to hit the mother load on a Hall of Fame first ballot quarterback for the 3rd time in a row. That is not going to happen.
But for the longest time, everyone covering this team didn't care that there was a lack of talent in other positions.
Because you had the best talent at the most important position.
Because you had Aaron Rodgers. So everyone overlooked everything that was going on behind the scenes. And now that Aaron Rodgers isn't at his peak performance and is missing throws, it's becoming more and more obvious that there has been these shortcomings. But this isn't the first season that there's been shortcomings at multiple positions. Everyone chose.
Rodgers and McCarthy have been able to rally the troops and get it done.
And now it seems like we're no longer going to look past this. We're going to address it. So let's see what happens.
Derek Sherrod, Alex Green, good Lord. Jarrell Worthy, my goodness. Dayton Jones, Eddie Lacy, that fat-eating running back. Clinton Dix, who's not playing well in Washington.
Right.
Demarius Randall, Quentin Rollins, Montgomery. Good Lord. That should be the core of your team,
yeah.
all on second contracts that should be, if you hit on even 10% of them, a couple of Pro Bowlers. Not happen. All right. So the hire's got to be extremely huge.
Yes.
And it's going to be Murphy making the call. But he said, as you heard, that Gutekunst will be actively involved.
And he should be. Big time.
He should be making the call.
I understand your point.